Hello. What's up? Hey, Scott. Good to see you. Ignore this because I was working on a deck, but I don't know if this is the deck I'm working on tonight. It is an Ooze deck, Slurk and Sengir. So what's up, Bobby? Bobby Christine, thank you for subbing and activating my Tina because I fucking love that I've added this. I think she's adorable when she flies overhead and kisses all the boys. I always need you to fight somebody, Bobby Christine, and that's why we are friends. Thanks. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm building. This is a deck that I started building like the other day, just kind of like willy-nilly. I just added some oozes to it because I really want to make an ooze deck, and I'm thinking Slurk and Sengir because a lot of the oozes that I am interested in are black and green. So, but the commanders are super pricey to cast. So I'm not dead set on it, but this is what's up. I know I haven't been live in a while and I feel really bad about it. So like, but I've just been crazy traveling, and first I was super sick like the week before Magic 30. It wasn't COVID, thankfully, but I still have like a lingering, something. So I was super sick and I couldn't stream because of that. And then I rested, packed, went to Magic 30, and I was gone for several days. So I just got back. My red eye was late Monday night and I landed Tuesday morning and went straight to work. And so today, Wednesday, is the first day that I've been able to stream in like a couple weeks, really, like a week and a half probably, but it feels like longer. And I just missed it, and I felt like I needed to get back at it. And yeah, so if anybody has any questions about Magic 30 or wants to chat Magic 30, I'm happy to do that. I want to try to build a deck. I have several decks in mind. Let me go into my notes and tell you what I want to build that's been on the back burner. I want to build an Alajani deck. It's likely going to be Selesnya, but, I want to put as many Ajanis in it as I can, while still being like a cohesive theme. I haven't decided what I want as the commander, but that's a plan. I want to make another, Orzhov was my first deck ever that I learned on, and I have never made an Orzhov deck of my own, so I want to make another Orzhov deck, and I was thinking of using Ilas Ilkor as the commander and having a graveyard recursion sack deck, because I also don't have anything like that either. So that will kind of like kill two birds with one stone kind of thing. Then I have this deck, which I started, Slurk Sengir. It's an ooze deck. Obviously, Slurk enters with 5/1/1 counters on it. Whenever Slurk or another creature you control dies, if it had a 1/1 counter on it, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control that has a 1/1 counter on it. It's kind of a little reminiscent of Lathiel, but slimy. So like, I like it. But Sengir, I love flyers, so immediately I like that Sengir is flying. When another creature dies, put 2 1/1 counters on Sengir. When another player loses the game, you gain life equal to that player's life total at the beginning of the turn. So I like the synergy in this, and it's something that I've been meaning to do. And obviously I'm not married to these creatures. I just added every single ooze that there was in this color combination. I also wanted to build, after doing my Unfinity streams where I streamed a bunch. Hey, Amber, welcome in. I love you. I miss you already. Yay, Draco, you have graveyard stuffs. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, so I also wanted to make after doing the Unfinity streams, I my favorite commander that I played from all the Unfinity streams. I did like 6 of them, and I made a different deck every time. So the best one, in my opinion, was the Most Dangerous Gamer. So I wanted to build an attractions deck using the Most Dangerous Gamer as legal as I could get it. So that's another option. I wanted to build a Goblins deck. I have no idea where I want to go with that, so I'll probably leave that for another time. I wanted to build Elminster, which I keep putting on the back burner. And I will be wanting to build the White Transformer, but I can wait until that's officially out. So, my choices. I'm gonna type it in the chat as well. Where's my mouse? It would be great if I could see the mouse. There it is. Nope. It was there. And there it is. Haha! Okay, so these are my options. All Ajani deck. Ratchet. Yeah, Ratchet's the one I want to build. Ilas, Il, Core, Sack, Graveyard, Recursion. Hey Logan, what's up? Slurk, Sengir, Ooze counters. Most Dangerous Gamer, Legal Attractions. So those are my options for what I want to build today. And also chat if folks are wanting to chat. Hey Bio, thank you. Thanks so much. Thanks for the bits, and I did have a great time. I'm sorry that you can't hang, but thanks for popping in, and I appreciate you so much. I'm dying. So if some of you just popped in, my first ever deck was an Orzhov deck. I learned on the Silver Quill Precon, and I have never built my own Orzhov deck. So that is something I'm super interested in building, and Ilas is the first commander I've seen in a long time that really piqued my interest. And I haven't seen anybody play him in my own circle, so I like building decks that not every single person has, you know. I started Slurk, but I didn't make any plan for it. I just added all the oozes and, you know, a couple things that I thought might be good for it, but I haven't really done much with it. I'm not married to the idea of building the ooze deck right now. Excuse me. Yeah, I've seen Ilas in, I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly, but it sounds right to me. I've seen Ilas in the 99 of a lot of things when Dominaria was fresh. I say that it's not still the current set we're on, but it's no longer fresh, okay? It has ripened like an avocado. It's you know, everything in Magic is good for 3.5 days, and then it's if you wait too long, it's dead in the water. So everybody's already forgotten about Ilas, which is perfect for me because I like forgotten things. I hate the hype. Everybody, okay, so the new white card, everybody's telling me about because I love playing mono white, and of course I love that that commander. I really love the concept of that new her name is Myrel, Myrel, if you want to look her up if you haven't seen her. So she's a fantastic new commander. Everybody's comparing her to Grand Abolisher, kind of choosing which of the two to put in a deck, and I'm why the fuck not both? But you know, that's just me and I'm crazy. So of course I initially want to build her, but I also feel people were raving about, gosh, what was the set that had, maybe it was it New Capenna, the commander that did a bunch of shit that looked super gross, and everybody's like, oh my god, I want to build it, I want to build it, I want to build it. And then when it actually came out, like, nobody really built it, or like nobody really did anything. I'm sorry, Bobby, you missed it. Dominaria, if it didn't feel like a dud for me because we got like great cards like Joda and things like that, but it came and went really quickly. The hype died super fast. But there is a lot of value in Dominaria that is overlooked because everybody's looking to what's coming next, you know? So like, I think I did like the number of legendaries that came out. I built a Slurk deck. I don't play it too often because, you know, it's kind of like a fun, weird deck. But Lord Xander, yeah, that's it, Metal, thanks. Lord Xander was the deck that everybody, the commander that when it was announced, everybody was raving about it, like, oh, I want to build this, I want to build this, oh my god, blah, 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 like, this is crazy, this is gross, yada, yada. And it's like, who has a Lord Xander deck? Like, I don't feel like anybody talks about that card anymore. So I feel like the same thing is kind of maybe going to happen with Muriel. Like, everybody's talking about it right now, but I don't know that it's going to survive the hype after everything dies down. Maybe it will. So yeah, of course I'd love to build it because I love building mono white and it does seem like a really good card, but I hate that everybody's talking about it right now. So Muriel's not a card that I'm interested in building in right now because it's just too hype. And I don't want to come to a table excited to play a new deck and everybody's got the same new deck, you know? Like, then somebody's not going to be able to play it, or unless you all decide to play, like, you know, a 4-top Muriel. Like, I want to put together a 4-top Joda deck, but there's so many ways to build the Joda deck that everybody's deck's going to be different. And it's 5 color. There's so much stuff you can put in it. When you're limited to mono white, you're gonna have a lot of the same, you know. Is it gonna be Staxy? Yeah, it's a Grand Abolisher ×2. So like, of course, you're gonna put every fucking gross Stax piece in this deck. And I just feel like everybody's gonna build Muriel too similarly for me to be that hype about it right now. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, exactly, Bobby. Thank you. That's a good wording for it. All hype, no commitment. Everybody raved about it, and it's like, who's got it, you know? It was always like a thing that, yeah, there's really only one way to build her, right? So she's either a 99 piece that is replacing or in addition to a Grand Abolisher, but if you're building her as commander, there's really only one way to build it. So, I really don't know. Right now is not the moment for me to build Muriel because everybody's talking about her. And I don't like to build a commander until I see all the cards that have released for that set. Because typically, they release cards in a set that synergize well with the legendaries that they've put out. So I find it kind of silly, personally, when people see a preview card and they're like, I'm going to build it right now. You're building it with the cards that have already come out. You're limited. You don't know what other cards are in the new set that are going to synergize better or well with that card. So yeah, you're going to put in staples and stuff, but you're essentially doing double duty and wasting your time a little bit because then you're going to have to go back and pull things or replace things. And it's like, why not just wait until the set actually releases, you know, or until all the cards in the set have released. And I just don't feel like I'm there yet to build her. It's a little too soon for me, but I do want to build Elis. Look at all my unlisted cards. I also want to build a Tempsis. This is my, like, I have had this on my list for a long time to build, and I just haven't gotten there. There's so many decks in here that I've thought about and never built them yet. But alas, and I have to edit Traxos because there's a lot of good colorless cards coming out. If you haven't seen previews for the colorless cards, they are very good. Anyway, I'm rambling. Sadistic Pilgrim. This sounds so unlike me because I don't think I have anything aside from Toxrill that's particularly sadistic. There we are. Did I narrow it? Is he good? No, I went too far. That seems to be the right place for him. There he is. Alright, so what he does is whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. And he only costs 2 to cast, and he has Death Touch. There's just so much value in him. The new schematic Traxos is where it's at. I'm excited to have a different version of my good boy. So I'm pretty stoked for that. Yeah, so I want to make sure that creatures are entering and creatures are dying, because it's creatures I control, right? So whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, gain a life. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. So I want to have sacks and graveyard recursion, or some way to cast things for free, and some ways to drain people faster. I don't know. What are the other cards that it's escaping me? What are the other cards that my nose is running? I have to stop rubbing it and actually blow it. What are the other cards that drain people when stuff comes in? They're black cards. Blood Artist and there. Blood Artist. Okay, good. I do know what I'm talking about a little bit. So Blood Artist, I don't know if Massacre Girl would be good in this, or Zulaport. Yeah, Scott, I hear aristocrats all the time. I have no fucking idea what that means. So, it would be cool if somebody could explain it to me in a way that makes sense, because much like football, American football, the concept of downs has been explained to me an inordinate amount of times, and I still don't comprehend them at my big age. So aristocrats has been explained to me before, and I still don't know what that means. It sounds fancy, so maybe I just am attaching it to some other concept in my brain that doesn't make real sense. Aristocrats is the way where body count pinging life is the way the deck works. Okay. Okay, that sounds right. Yeah, I want to do that. Like real life. Excuse me. Yes, okay, so we're definitely putting a Blood Artist in here. Is Shieldred too mean to put in the 99? Should we put Shieldred in the 99? I definitely want to put Zulaport. Hey, Kahlua. A puffy shirt. Oh, yeah, Sir Conrad. I have Sir Conrad in, oh my god, you're going so fast. I have Sir Conrad in my, Toxrill deck. It's a real fucked up deck. Ask Scott. Okay. Okay, so Abdel, yes. Because you know what? I really like Abdel, and I've been meaning to put him in something, and I couldn't find a reason to use him. So I do like him. Crud. I'm gonna have to like get a paper and pen because I can't type faster than I can see and everybody's going too fast. The chat box is like this freaking big in the Twitch preview and it's like, I'm gonna need you to be a little more substantial than that, honey. Thank you. I have to like move it. Is it? Oh, nope, it's not letting me. It's like as big as it'll go. Look at that. Okay. I'm just gonna add everything like I do, as people suggest them. It was Leonin Relic Warder. Oh, great. I pressed the wrong fucking thing. I'm a mess today. We're doing great. Did I get there? I feel like it's a little short of where it needs to be. Is he back? Oh, now I went too far. Anyway, I'll find it. Okay, Falconrath. Sir Conrad. Pitiless Plunderer. I'm sorry if you all are talking and I'm not responding because I'm reading and adding and also trying to realign this card that I've lost my way to. I'm like so close. All right. Back to the chat. Cartel Aristocrat. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Now that I've gotten the fucking thing aligned, I'm not looking it up in the other screen. I'm just gonna look it up here. Sacrifice another creature. Cartel Aristocrat gains protection from the color of your choice until the end of turn. I see. But that just feels like a not as good Mother of Runes. Like you can do that without sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like it feels like a not great card. That's so strange that like an entire subcategory would be named after it when it doesn't feel like it's as good. I can't wait to see the reaction to what I just said, but I have cards to add. I know that Bobby Christine is a big fan of the Soul Sisters, so we will go ahead and add those specifically for Bobby Christine. Bobby says, I started opening Twitch on Google Chrome and hitting pop-out chat option. Yeah, I was using it in OBS actually. The view in OBS is actually quite good, but OBS doesn't tell you when like something has happened, like if somebody redeems channel points or something like that. You don't see that in OBS, so I stopped using it, even though it's a better option. Bastion of Remembrance. Corpse Knight. Nope. Ayara. Yes, animate dead. This sounds super fun to me. Retreat to Hagra. I'm reading Kalua's comment. When Abdul or Leonin's ETBs, you exile the enchantment, which will drain the table with your commander. Gotcha. That Dance of the Dead card looks fucking phenomenal. I love it. I was gonna say too, like, I was like, I am prepared to spend a lot of money on this card, but like the entire deck so far is $59, so like it's not that much, which is great. I was like, I could do that. You do like card draw, Bobby Christine. You so do. That's true. I do like braids. It's Arisen Nightmare, right? Is that not it? Yeah. That's it. Oh, Cruel Celebrant. See, I know all these cards and I forget them because I never play these colors. I don't know Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I don't think, anyway. I misspelled that, but it got what I was going for. Oh no, I moved the fucking screen. I'm like waiting for the delay to tell me if I fucked up. Okay. It did, damn it. Okay. I'll go back. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Oh yeah, that's ugly. Yeah, that's fine. So we have a lot of sacrificey stuff, so I'm gonna have to be making things, you know? Like, I'm gonna have to be making tokens or some shit, right? Because I need stuff to sacrifice, right? Am I right? Thank you for the lore, Scott. I appreciate it. Excuse me. All right. Sorry that my aggressive typing shakes my camera. It's part of the fun. You're on a roller coaster. Excuse me. Night's Whisper. Cut a Deal. I like Cut a Deal, Bobby Christine. I agree with you. Oh, Ink Shield, Draco, you're speaking my language. That is the first card I thought to put in here because it's in the Orzhov deck that I learned on, and it is like my favorite card in it. I love Ink Shield like the Dickens. So I like, I'm sure you believe me, but because it's the deck I learned on, it's like the first card that came to mind. I was like, there's no way I'm playing black and white in any deck and not having Ink Shield in it. That card is fucking phenomenal. It's so mean too. Batwing sounds like a vagina to me. Also, I don't know why the music has stopped, but yeah, I was saying Shieldred, but I didn't think of the OG one. Why is my mouse not moving to the other screen? Okay. So much is happening. I don't know why my music has stopped. Here's my OBS screen. Give me a seckie. There it is. Hokely dokely, we're back. Hey, what's up? Danny in the house. Alright, secure the waist ink shield. That's where I left. A bit of blossom. Am I in an ad or can everybody see me? I think I'm not. But let me know. I'm just going to add every suggestion and then clean it up if I got to. And again, Batwing sounds like pudgy labia. Because that is... never mind. I shouldn't. I'm gonna fuck it. I think we're gonna talk about vaginas for a second because everybody's got bodies and bodies are normal. I think that ethnic ladies such as myself have meatier labia than ladies of other cultures, and this is apparent in when you purchase underwear. Depending on the brand, if they are conscious or were initially designed with, primarily white models or primarily like fuller figured models or women of different backgrounds. You see this in underwear companies, in bathing suit companies, and in jeans and denim companies. the way that clothing fits in the crotch, you can tell who made them or who they were made for, because I can tell you that there are underwear that cause a lip slip, you know. Thank you for the gift subs. Thank you so much. What an amazing time for people to have a sub. But yes, I have had underwear where lip slips occurred, and I used to say that the bat wings were loose. So one of two things: whenever I refer to my labia, I either call it a lip slip, or I say something or other bat wings. So anything bat wing always reminds me of like lengthier labia or like vaginas. That being said, I hope I wasn't in an ad, because I hope nobody had to miss that. And the reason that I asked if I was in an ad was because I'm going to call him out, because this is going to be great. I want anybody in the chat, if you know me in person and have met me before, I would like you to tell me honestly if you think that when I stream, am I different than I am in real life? There is someone in the chat who says that on my streams, I tend to be tamer than I am in real life. And I said that the same is not true when I'm in gameplay streams. But when I make decks, when I'm building decks, I'm talking to a chat and I'm not interacting with an actual person. I'm building a deck, and I think I'm very much myself, but I don't really have that like bounce off banter, you know, to go off of. But I still think like I'm very much myself. But this person who is in the chat right now says that they find me to be like very reserved in my streams compared to what I'm like in person, which is really funny because I don't see that. But if you see that, I'd be interested to know what other people say. Excuse me. I'm up to Unearth. So if I'm really far from like where we left off, please let me know. Let me know to hurry it up, because I don't want to fall behind. Do I not have Reanimate? No, I have Animate Dead. That's so funny. Entomb. I do like Silence. I like Savine's Reclamation too. Oh man. Oh yeah, Esper. Shieldred. Which one? Would that be the Whispering one? I'm gonna have to fuck up the view for a sec. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, that's perfect. Oop, I went too far. Nope. Yeah, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, I like Gravecrawler. I don't know that I specifically want to get into making zombies. If I missed you, good night, Danny. Yes, subscribers can avoid ads, Bobby Christine. Slap my Batwing King. I'm sorry I'm so late on that. I was adding the cards, so I'm like behind on the chat. That's hilarious. I'm fucking dying. Also, it's really interesting, like, to see what guys think girls are into, like, based on what they've seen, like, in pornos and stuff. And and everybody's different, you know, like I'm certain that certain things that were captured in porno somebody's into, right? But like I don't think I'm a Batwing slapper type of gal. I don't think the slapping does much for me except for like optics. Like that's for you, you know, like if you're into the slappy, that's for you. But like I'm not into it, so like it's doing nothing for me. It's just satisfying like your optics, you know? This is late night deck building, baby. Thank you for coming in, watching my stream. Hey Atria. Sorry I didn't say hi earlier. I'm scrolled up in the chat trying to add these cards that people are suggesting, and I don't want to miss anything, so I keep like stopping the chat as I'm chatting and adding cards. You're gonna be there next week? I'm so excited. Logan, you said I'm mostly the same? What does that mean, mostly? Bobby's LOL, slapping is bad. Hey Ben, welcome in. I'm so sorry you had to walk in on that like vagina talk, but thank you for being here. Don't be a ghost. Say hello. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Drive safely. Thanks, Logan. I appreciate that. I do think I'm mostly the same. All right, I'm caught up. I am extremely surprised that no one has offered any artifacts at this point, because artifacts are my absolute favorite, and nobody said Bolas Citadel. Is there no value in adding Bolas in this? Should we not? Because you can sack non-land permanents and each opponent loses 10 life. Like, isn't that... Bobby, I'm like, oh, nobody said a single artifact. Bobby's like, Orzhov Signet. Like, thanks, homie. Yes, artifacts are my favorite, so like I find it so wild that like, I mean, I know that we want to drive the mechanism and that's what I care about first and foremost, so like I find it so wild that nobody has mentioned a single artifact. They're like my absolute favorite things to add. Like most times when I'm building a deck, like I'll have a couple creatures in mind. Like in this one, I was like, oh, I know I want Bolas in it. I know I want, and Bolas is an artifact, but so that doesn't really count. But like, I was like, I know I want like Blood Artist. I know I want Sir Conrad. I know I want what do you call it? What was the other one? Like a Sheoldred or something like it. You know, I knew I wanted certain things. I had those creatures in mind, but the very next thing that I want to pick is almost always artifacts. So like I looked at this list and I was like, there's no artifacts. Why isn't Bola Citadel there? And it's like the first thing, my mind just goes straight to artifacts all the time. It's crazy. So, yeah, I don't know what constitutes someone as a Storm player, Bobby Christine, but I really love Bola Citadel. I think that it's pretty fair because you need to sack a lot to make it function. So it's great if you're making a lot of tokens, or treasures or clues or something, you know, like if you're making something that gets you there, like I have it in my Toxtrol deck because I'm making slugs. So, but it takes a long time for me to get to that point. It takes a long time for me to get the slugs to be able to sack 10, and then each opponent only loses 10 life. If somebody's doing life gain, it's kind of pointless. So I think it's pretty fair because it's really high cost. It has to be on the board a while essentially for you to be able to like accumulate the right number to use it, and it can be removed. So, you know, it's I think it's pretty fair, but again, I don't know what Storm playing consists of. I'm a filthy noob, so all right. Let's add some of these. Orzhov Signet. And let's get back to the right view so you can see the cards again. Bobby, what's wrong with Drannith? You know I'm a white player, so like, you know if I'm building a disgusting deck, I have to run some disgusting shit. But the creatures I have already are prioritized to like Staxier piece things. But if there's room for it, you know I'm gonna run it. So just prepare your butthole for potentially yucky things. So I guess Talisman of Hierarchy is fine. I usually don't like things that make me pay. Pay life, that scares me. I'm adding the tutors. I love Opposition Agent too, by the way. I'm adding Drannith. It may not make the cut, but I do like it. I run it in my Stranger Things deck. And I will be running it in my Rick deck. Because you gots to. I'm still daydreaming about Rick, by the way, Bobby. That's a slow burn. I'm adding to it little by little. Scott, why are you doing the oh no face to that? Phyrexian Altar. I have a bunch of those and I don't have it in anything, so that is a good use for it. Is that Kahlua? Is that like a? It looks like a Thassa's Oracle that you put in the chat. Why Sun Titan? Let me. Luminous. I'm adding it, but like, you know. Oh yeah, sad robot, duh. Solemn. I'll think about it. Plum. Are there any planeswalkers that you would add to this? That you can think of? I don't really run a lot of planeswalkers in a lot of things, but this feels like there's got to be planeswalkers that make creatures, you know, that are useful to this. Bobby says if you want to run a long plan, just be careful with cards that make people want to target you, regardless of what is happening. If someone demonic tutors and casts Stranith, I'll probably focus on them for the next 30 minutes. Yeah, I probably won't tutor for a card like Dranith. But if it's in my hand, I'm gonna play it. I definitely want to add some like white protection pieces. Not necessarily like Staxy in the sense that like I don't need to stop other people from doing their thing, but make it harder for people to target me. Like I put a Sarah's Emissary in almost everything white, and or like an Avacyn, something that makes my stuff indestructible. Just because I think that's useful in a white deck. But I don't want to put an Avacyn in this because I want to kill my things myself. I don't want to be targeted either. So yeah. What's the card that... Where is it? What's the card that people can't cast things on my turn? I think it's a white card. So, like, I don't want to prevent you from casting things. But, like, you know, if like, you can't play, like, instants on my turn, that would be fucking great. Did I add Willow Strider? I think I did. plum. Let me see. Plum I added, right? And Deadly Dispute. Did I get there? Did I do that? I don't think I did. Deadly Dispute. Okay. And if I did, I'll have two, and I'll... Nope, I didn't. Yeah, Sun Titan. I did add Sun Titan anyway, right? I did. Mikaeus, that's good. That's the one I love. It's like Bobby pulls info from my brain that I didn't even remember was there. Teferi's Protection is definitely going in there. Not just Grand Abolisher, there's something else. There's like an enchantment or something. I can't remember. Maybe I'm thinking of Deafening Silence, but that feels really mean. I'm just gonna add it and then I'll think about it later. Would it be worth putting in something like an Alhammert's Archive or something that doubles life gain and things like that, or like doubles triggers? What are you thinking? Yeah, I have Elspeth in something, so that's pretty good. Elspeth is a fun time. Vanishing Verse. Swords to Plowshares. Teferi's Protection. We said earlier I didn't add it. Damn. You know what card I fucking love? And everybody gives me shit for it, but it's a fucking amazing card. Is Dawn Charm. I loves me a Dawn Charm. A Stunky. Selfless Spirit. That's it. Ugh. Selfless Spirit. That's a good one. I forgot about that. Sarah's Ascendant. Is that... Am I spelling it wrong? It's Emissary, right? Sarah's Emissary is the one. Right? Or Sarah Ascendant Angel or something? Sarah Ascendant. That's it. Okay. I know, that's what I was thinking too. Bobby, about I don't want to protect them, I want to let them die and recur them. What the fuck is that? Alright, let me go back down in the chat. Every time I move the little arrow, it goes like way up, and I'm like, why am I reading stuff I've already read? Grim Hireling. I don't know that card. What it does. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create 2 treasure tokens. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I could probably also add a Skull Clamp, because whatever tokens I make, I could just kill them with Skull Clamp. Like with equipping. Right. Oh, Ghostly Prison. I love Ghostly Prison. I also love Duelist Heritage. What's up, Gunner? Sorry I'm late to say hello to you. I'm going in order of the chat suggestions and adding things from the chat. Yeah, I thought about Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Bond. They're obvious. I thought about it, but I'm not married to it. But I am gonna add the Duelist Heritage for now. Logan, I'm really glad that you're telling me that there's a lot that exists. I'm aware there's a lot that exists, but we're here to give suggestions. I can type that into Scryfall and find those cards and decide amongst them. But the purpose of doing this live with people watching is hopefully people will give input or say yay or nay or why they agree with the decision or not. I'm not familiar off the top of my head with every card that would be good in a deck like this, so you know, obviously I know there's a lot of cards that do this thing, but you know, tell me about your favorite ones. Let's add these. I'm not married to it, but let's add the Exquisite Blood Sanguine Bond combo. Did I add Dawn Charm? I don't remember. I do loves me a Dawn Charm. I know, Gunner. I think the right move is to find a hotel for Philly, because Philly hotels can get overpriced. And yes, Bobby, I do want a non-creature stack, so thank you. That is great. Yeah, Philly hotels can be pricey, and since the dates are released, a lot of folks are also going to be looking, and I feel like the price is only going to go up. So, you know, you can book a hotel that like is cancelable. So if you find a better hotel later at a better rate, you know, on the off chance, then cancel this one and book another one. But you're better to book now a cancelable hotel than rather than waiting until super last minute and then not being able to get anything, or not being able to get anything affordable. So I don't blame you. I think that is smart that you're looking. It's really not that far away, honestly. We're only December, January, and mid-February, so like 3 months away. That's, I think, an adequate amount of time for like planning a trip. I'm wondering what's casting a shadow. I don't know if it's my mic or something else. I feel like something is casting a shadow on my face. I'm sorry, I don't know how long that's been doing that, but also the light is super bright now and I'm like, oh my god, whoa, I have to readjust my eyes. Hey Mario, Duelist Heritage is not necessarily for me, it is not necessarily a Voltron card, because you can give the ability to anybody. So it helps people not want to deal damage to you, because why would you give them double strike if they're attacking you? But you can give them double strike to attack somebody else. So it's a really strong political card, and it kind of like single-handedly pits people against each other, and kind of keeps people away from you. So I feel like it's a good strategic card in a white deck, and it just makes every card stronger, particularly flyers, because I say this all the time, people are really poorly equipped to deal with flyers, and I make sure to put flyers in every deck because of that. And if I could give them double strike when somebody has nothing to block with, that's fucking great for me. So I don't know, I really like Duelist Heritage. I don't think I build that meanly, and I think it's a great card. I don't see why it wouldn't go in like almost any white deck. I don't have Bastion of Remembrance in here. I don't think, anyway. I don't remember. I put so much shit. Yes, I do have it in here. It's right here. Thank you. This stupid scroll. Okay, Blighthound, Shark. Blight Mound, Dark Prophecy, Hallowed Spirit Keeper. See, this is why I like Scott, because he be putting in them deep cuts that, you know, other people don't think of. I think Pitiless is in here. I feel like it's gotta be. It is in here. I knew I wasn't crazy. Not this time. Sifter of Skulls. That just sounds fun. Oh, Black Market. Yeah. That's a win con in and of itself. That's in Toxtrel as well. Right? Violin tumor. Thank you, everyone. This is refreshing my black card memory because I haven't built black strongly since Toxrill, which was a while back, obviously, like almost 10 sets ago at this point. I did build the Stranger Things deck that has black in it, but it's not super black heavy. Authority of Consoles. Gunnar, are you gonna look at Airbnbs or are you gonna look at hotels? Because also consider that Philly, because it's like major city, parking is not pleasant, and everything charges, even hotels. Like the last time I stayed in Philly, the hotel charged for parking per night. So consider that in the totals as well. And if you stay at an Airbnb and you have to like commute to the event, if you're driving, you're gonna pay a fuck ton for parking, or you're gonna have to like Uber it. So consider that too. I have Phyrexian Altar in there. I don't have Ashnod's Altar. Which Yawgmoth? Thran? Is that the, oh no, I was like, is that the Post Malone card? But no, it's like Keurig, right? I feel like I have Woe Strider. Yeah, I have that twice. And Viscera. I should have shared this in the chat. I forgot all about it. I'll do that now. So that you can all see it and follow along. I know, Mario cries and poor. I'm proxying the shit out of this. I'm not paying $900 for all these cards. Fuck out of here. I do have a lot of these cards, to be fair, but I'm gonna take my sweet time finishing this deck. Like deproxying it, rather. Oh, and also the parking hotel situation, if that's what you were talking about. All right, Bobby Christine. I would like, if I could win a game with Eles, what would that look like? I would ideally like it to be life draining, but essentially the life draining is, via sacrificing or killing my own creatures. So I want to make creatures and then kill them. Oh. Did I spell something wrong? Authority of the Consoles. Did I... Is that not there? It's there. It's there. We're good. I'm trying to scroll down to where I was because it keeps going back up. Nice, Gunner. Hey, Modfly. Which day would you be going? Hey, I'm the Naysayer. Welcome in. I think I have Alenda in there already. Yeah, she's in there. Do I have Gravecrawler? I don't think so. All right, I think we're caught up. You don't think I'll need Gravecrawler? Because it did come up earlier as well. Obviously, I don't think 42 creatures is anything I would need at the moment. I definitely don't think I need, like, a Jeweled Lotus at this point or anything like that. But I definitely want to add a Soul Ring. Maybe like a Mind Stone or something. Everybody begs me to put Arcane Signet in things. I don't feel like it's super necessary, and I don't think it's as necessary at all in monocolored. It's better in a dual colored, but even still, like, I think there's better ramp options. But I added it anyway. I won't use Arcane Signet in a monocolor deck. I use Mind Stone instead. But it's in there. I added it. And I build monocolor a lot, so yeah, Felidar is a good. I love Felidar. Restoration Angel. Yeah. Yeah, I know this loop, Kalua. I play mono white a lot, and this particular these particular cards I use all the time, even outside of a loop. But I built a Lulu deck that relies on blinking things, so that's kind of like a big focus as well. But it is a good thing to add, to consider. It's probably not something I want to prioritize. I'll probably add it to the list so that, you know, I remember it and it's something that I can choose to use later or not. But it doesn't feel it jives with the flow of the other things in the deck. But I won't count it out. It's a good idea. Yeah. I must have forgotten to put the Gravecrawler in when we talked about Jadar, but I did put him in. Alright, so we've got 95. I am chronically always over. This shit happens to me every time, but it's cool. We're cool. Everything's fine. I feel like I might have missed something, though. I'm going back into the chat. Are there any other artifacts, swords, equipment, something that I want to put in? Yay or nay? Skull clamp, yes, that's the one I forgot. That's what I forgot. Thank you. I did want to put that in there. Teleportation circle. All right. Lands. What are some rule of law? I don't know. I just want to be able to make a bunch of creatures and kill them all and drain people. That's what I want. But so I either need like a fuck ton of token makers, but I also want like to protect the things that are doing that or be able to recur them, maybe. You know what I mean? Like I want to keep the mechanism flowing. Yeah. I added it, so let's add some. What are some must-have lands in this color scheme? Excuse me. I kind of like the Stranger Things one, the Havengul land, because that brings something back from the graveyard. So, and it also like creates clues. So you can add a colorless, or you can pay 4 to investigate. At the beginning of your end step, if you sacrifice 3 or more clues this turn, you transform it. And when it transforms, you can return target creature from your graveyard directly to the battlefield. And then you pay 1 life and add a swamp. And when the creature's put onto the battlefield, you transform this back. So, yeah, when the creature that was put on the battlefield with this leaves the battlefield again, you transform it back. So, I think this is a pretty good one to have in there. Castle Ardenvale I have in so many things. Hey, Ron. I'm reading and responding at the same time like an idiot. You're like, hey, hi, Ron. And I'm like, hey, Ron. And I'm like, no, that's me. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I thought I had High Market in here, but I guess I don't. I'll take out doubles later. Or Westvale, Abbey. I love how you're like, Takenum is fine, or whatever. Hey, Ken. Welcome in, and thank you for following. I am new to Magic, period. I started playing about a year and a half ago, and I learned on Commander. I started playing at Strixhaven. That was my first set, and I learned on a precon. I learned on the Orzhov precon, so I was just saying that I learned on an Orzhov deck, and I love Orzhov in general, and I've never built my own. So I'm building my first Orzhov deck off of Elas Ilkor, which I really have been crushing on for a while. I think this card is so freaking cool and really underutilized. I haven't seen it much, so I'm excited to build it. But yeah, I've been playing since Strixhaven, and I've been playing online with folks like Spell Table and stuff since late January, early February. And I've been like streaming since like May or June, really. I didn't stream very much in the summer because I was traveling from like Command Fest to Command Fest. But since the start of the fall, I've been trying to stream a little bit more regularly. So welcome in, and I'm building a deck and talking about Magic 30. If you have any questions, I just came back from that. So yeah, there's a lot of card knowledge that I've gained and I'm like super grateful for, but there's a lot I have to learn. So right now I'm adding lands to this crazy deck, and then I have to narrow down, which is like my least favorite thing to do. But thank you for being here. Vault of Champions. What is everyone doing right now, aside from watching me? Athreos is in there. No? Didn't we put it in there? Where did it go? I swear we put it in there. It says too many cards match Athreos, so you need to like, that's why it didn't go in. Is it? Okay, yeah, okay, it's in there. What did you think of it? This was my first, like, mega convention in that sense, because I have been to, like, many of the Command Fests and SCG cons and things like that. So this was my first, like, big one. For Magic, anyway. I go to New York Comic Con a lot, so I've been to several big conventions for other things. You know what? I thought of Elesh Norn, and I thought of Meat Hook Massacre as well. But I thought people would hate me. But also, Elesh Norn is giving my creatures buffs, and I maybe don't want that. So, because I wants to kills my own stuff. So that's something I have to think of. Which a Ganjo? Because there's Seat of the Empire and Castle. Unless you're thinking of something else. Oh no, Metal, what are you printing? Are you printing the deck boxes or the witch hat? So, I was thoroughly disappointed in the McDonald's what do you call it? Those like trick or treat buckets, because the lids aren't like full lids. They were just like a handle with like a pretend lid like hovering over it. And so I really hated that. And then Metal 3D prints a lot and found like a thing, like, I don't know, like a code or whatever it is that you do. I don't 3D print anything, that can print the lids, and was able to print the lid for my ghost bucket. And then he acquired the witch bucket and he tried to print it, but it's got like the pointy top, and the print fucked up. So are you printing deck boxes or are you printing witch hat? And Kahlua, great on you. I know nothing about Photoshop. I feel like I should have known Photoshop from years ago, right? Because I'm like old enough that like when it first came out, I was like old enough to use it, but I was like broke, so I couldn't afford it. And I was like, no way am I paying this much to edit pictures. And like by now, people who did pay for it back in the day, like know all this shit that they could do on it. And I have never once used it in my life. Like, I'm one of very few people I know personally that have never used Photoshop. If I opened it right now, I couldn't tell you a single thing to do on it. Like, that makes me feel like an old lady, with like glasses at the tip of my nose. And I'm like, like, hey, welcome in. Thanks for the raid. I'm building a deck and I'm trying to be as disgusting as possible with it. So I would appreciate if you could help me out. And we're chatting about what everybody's doing, about Magic 30. If anybody went or didn't go, has questions about it. Thank you for following. Activating my Tina Belcher. Yeah, so we're just chatting, building. I'm gonna have to narrow down. I need some more lands. But I am building around Elas Il-Kor. Let me get him visible to you. So he's a 2/2 with Death Touch. He only costs 2 to cast. It's an Orzhov deck. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. So I want to be able to sack creatures or allow them to die in some way. Maybe create a bunch of tokens and recur a few things and drain some life. Sorry, I'm trying to go over to my second monitor and it wasn't doing it. I am going to paste the link in the chat for anybody who wants to follow along on your own screens. Please do that. So yeah, what are you doing besides watching streams? And did you go to Magic 30? Did you not want to go to Magic 30? Do you have any questions about Magic 30? I'm happy to chat about them while I'm building. And if you have any suggestions, especially on lands to include in this particular Orzhov deck that revolves around sacking things and graveyard recursion and all that good stuff, let me know. I'm following in the chat and adding things in order that people suggested them. Baleful Mastery. And I'm just adding everything that people are suggesting. And people in the chat are talking about whether it's yay or nay, and why, what their reasons are. And then, hey, thanks so much for following. A. Sinclair, 92. And Mythalian. Yeah, so people are saying yay or nay, why to include or why not to include. And whatchamacallit. Sorry, I'm trying to get these little like acai blueberry things. They're so freaking good. I like only ever find them at the airport, so I love them. So excuse my crunchy bag. I'm adding everything people are suggesting, and I will discard down later. I haven't added more than 9 lands, so I'm horribly over right now. But we'll worry about that later. I agree Meat Hook is worth having, and I was going to suggest it. And then I feel bad that I didn't suggest it because somebody else suggested it. And I'm like, curses. I should have just said it. But I thought that Scott was going to think I was gross for it. He's usually a protester of me including gross things in my deck, because he says that I'm a casual player and I shouldn't be putting really gross things in because if I'm casual. Specifically because I put Demonic Consultation and Thassa's Oracle in my Toxrill deck. But it's Toxrill! He gets killed 50,000 times, or I can't ever cast him. There's gotta be some way to win, and it's already disgusting, so why the fuck not? Like, yes, it's casual, because it doesn't win on, like, turn 4 to 7 or whatever. It's a slower burn. I think it's appropriately placed. I love the head pat emoji. Yes, Rebel, there are some combos. There's also the Sanguine Exquisite combo. Several things in there. I haven't decided what I'm keeping yet. Massacre Worm, that's fun. What are you talking about, defensive? What does it tell you? Enlighten me, Scott. Tells you something. What does it tell you? Tell me. Talking shit up in my chat. Oh, you didn't get to go. Rebel. Where do you live near? Are you planning on maybe going to the Philly one? Ken, what do you mean you got great advice from other players at Magic 30. Like, that's great. I'm glad you did. But, like, what was a piece of advice maybe that, like, you found really valuable? Gray Merchant. Temple of Silence. I don't know if I do. I'm just adding things. I'm cutting doubles as I notice them, and I'm also cutting cards after the fact. I don't remember if I added the Massacre Worm yet. I think I did. Suture Priest. Do I have that? I feel like I do. I do. I do have Suture Priest. I do not have Massacre Worm, so... Excuse me. Divine Visitation sounds super familiar to me, but because I have it in another deck, so I was like, yeah, I have it in this, but I don't. I don't think so anyway, because I do have it in something else. Whatever, we're putting it in there, and then we'll decide later. I didn't have it in this deck. I think it's great. Okay. What was the last thing you heard? A. Sinclair, what is the one they're planning in New York? I know they're planning one in Philly in February. Is there going to be one in New York? I actually thought about Teysa. And like, I don't know if Professor Onyx has value. Blood Chief Ascension. I love Anointed Procession. I play a lot of mono white, so I'm very familiar with white. And I have a Toxrill deck, so I'm familiar with ugly black cards. But, like, you know, the gross ones. But that's kind of where my black knowledge is limited. I also have black in a 4-color Stranger Things deck, but it's not super black heavy. So, I think there's a lot that a lot of knowledge I'm lacking. So I like building live because I like getting other people's opinions on things. Did I add? Hey, Adam! Welcome in. Thanks for resubbing. Appreciate you. 5 months. Holy cow. I can't even, like, it doesn't even feel like I've been streaming that long. So, I know. Do you love it? I love it. I'm sorry. I moved the screen up so that you can't see the card, but yeah. There are way too many cards to know them all for sure, but yeah, I'm trying to at least familiarize myself with mechanisms that I really like playing. I try to have like a different deck for different things. You know, like I don't usually build a similar deck to something I already have. So it increases my card knowledge because I'm building different things every time. But Did I add Smothering Abomination? I don't know. I don't remember, but let's add it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Illus Ilkor is the commander, and it's whenever another creature enters the battlefield, I gain a life, and whenever another creature I control dies, each opponent loses a life. So I intend to either create a lot of tokens and sack them, or kill them, or have some graveyard recursion so that things are constantly moving in and out off of my board. I don't want to give anything indestructible, really, because I want things to die and drain folks. Excuse me. Oh, yes, Commander Sealed was announced. I went to it this year, and I will be going again next year. Yeah, I'm building Illus. Sorry, I don't know if you saw it before, but that was my commandy. Rite of Oblivion. Yeah, I'm building. I want to build a Pauper deck as well, Rebel, and I'm building. I think I'm building a Pauper Slivers deck. So I apologize in advance, but it's my first Pauper deck, and I just want to go hard. But yeah, this would be a really good choice too, I think. I always have such a hard time narrowing down, so this is going to be a nightmare for me later, but like, I'm here for it. I need to know more cards. I'm relatively new in the world of Magic, so the more cards I'm exposed to, the better it is for me, because even if I don't use them now, I usually move them to the considering so that they're not factored in the total cost or total of my deck, but they don't disappear. So if I want to maybe if a card isn't really working well, I want to swap it out for something in my considering. I don't want to forget what cards I was considering for this deck. So usually I just add, and then as I narrow out, I move things to considering so that they're there and I can swap them out in the future, maybe, unless I know I'm really never going to use it, or I change the direction of the deck, then I'll just delete them completely. Tombstone Stairwell. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. I'm an aggressive typer. Everybody is telling me Erebos. Now I feel like I should just put the Whip of Erebos in there. You know what card I really fucking love too? I'm just gonna throw it in here for no damn reason. Vorpal Sword. I fucking love Vorpal Sword. I feel like people don't use it enough. I just love it. It makes no sense. I'm probably gonna cut it, but I'm putting it in there just because I like seeing it even for a little while. Let's go. I love artifacts. I started this earlier, like everybody gave me all these suggestions and I was at like 9 sorceries, 15 instants, 10 enchantments, 40 creatures. And I'm like, there's not a single artifact in here, not even a Bolas Citadel. And I was like, this is crazy. I love artifacts. I'm always really artifact heavy. So I was like, the fact that nobody has adjusted a single artifact is wild to me. So then we started adding artifacts. So there's some in there now. Should we throw the whip in? I mean, does the whip give me any benefit? I feel like all the Ereboses are here. It's an Erebos party. Living Death. Dusk and Dawn. Excuse me. I'm sorry if it takes me a while to get to your answer. There's not that much of a delay in the chat, but I pause the chat so that I can type everything in, and it takes me a little while to go back and forth. Mythalian says, I was making a Gishath deck with my girlfriend for her Christmas present, and cutting down creatures was kind of painful. It is the most painful. I want everything in, and I'm like, can I just like argue? Can I just like rule 0 160 card deck? Thanks. That would be great. Oh, Katra's Monument is so good. I'm gonna add Ventus too. I'm not as familiar with it, but I put Okatra in so much shit. Spawning Pit. Why do you hate the whip, Scott? Oh, Bobby, you're still here. I'm so glad. Erebos in the club getting tipsy. That was a good joke, Logan. Sometimes you have really good ones. Modfly didn't like it as much, but I thought it was really like a small stroke of genius. Don't let it get to your head. I have Bastion of Remembrance in here. Several people recommended it, so that's a keeper because it's been a general consensus. Oh man, you mean you didn't just come up with it now? Boo, then I like it less. Get wrecked, nerd. Alright. Lands. I'm only at 11 lands. So, I would super appreciate it if folks could give me some good lands to include in this. We have Bright Climb Pathway, Castle Ardenvale, Caves of Kolios, a Ganjo Seat of the Empire, Godless Shrine, Havengul Laboratory, High Market, Memorial to Folly, Phyrexian Tower, Temple of Silence, Vault of Champions. I feel like War Room is a great one. Witch's Clinic, right? Witch's Clinic is a good one. Oh, you mean like the Galaxy like foil? Yay, you got The Galvantula. Have a good night, Rebel. Thank you so much for the raid, and thank you for popping in and following and being so engaging. I appreciate you. I love when people play the Pokemon game. It's so fun. I put the cottage in there too. Because it's adorable. Alright. Did I not scroll up enough? I didn't. Alright. Mythalian, which one? Chittering Witch, that's a fun one. Good night, A. Sinclair. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Draco, you said taint. Night, Logan. Thanks for your help. Which one were you saying not to add? Let me look at my... Okay. So I have more black than white, which is expected for this. Excuse me. Reflecting pool is good. Okay. Excuse me. How many basics should I go with? My mana curve is pretty low. Majority of things are like 4 or less to cast, which is really exciting for me, kind of. I don't even know what's 9 at this. There's one spell, Valley of 9. I don't even know what that is. But I'm loving this for me. So, how many basics are we including? Do you think the rest, Bobby Christine, you wouldn't put in like a, like just command tower or like commander's beacon or something like that? Reliquary tower or something. Everyone hates it, but I'm a big fan of Temple of the False God. I'm gonna add it because fucking don't care. I love it. Yeah, I was thinking of Orzhov duels. I personally like the ones where it's like if your opponent, if you have like 2 or more opponents, it enters untapped. I like that shit. I know, Bobby, I know. I just added it and I'll take it out if I need to. Maybe. Um All right, command tower. Well, because Reliquary Tower is good. I mean, no max hand size in a permanent like that is fucking phenomenal. Hello. Um I like where your mind's at, Bobby. I feel like nobody uses Temple of the False God, Scott. Like, I never see anybody. Yeah, but Decanter's removable. Hey, Ben. Thanks for lurking. I appreciate it. What was the one I was missing? Gosh. Fitted. Excuse me. Scryfall isn't? Why not? It gave me an error way earlier, but I didn't like reboot it. Yeah, I like that. What are the ones that this is the last thing I looked up. What the hell? Alright, I'm looking for a land. But I want it to be... I want it... Like, if I just put commander, white, blue... Good night, Ken. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Takanuma's in there. Isolated Chapel. I'm not... It's not in there. How do I limit it so... Because I don't want it to show me all white or and all black or all color. Like, I want it to show me the duels. I feel like I'm gonna have to, like, actually type in the fucking... So just Vault of Champions? I thought there was another one. Yeah, oh, thanks, Bobby. It just comes up Orzhov Basilica. That's it. Thank you. Do I have Isolated Chapel in here? I don't. Did we make a case for why to keep it or not? Godless Shrine's there. Fetid is there. Silent is there. Vault of Champions is there. I didn't put Urborg in there. Do you think I should? Excuse me. I guess, but don't we have something that's like whenever you gain life, so and so loses life? Yeah. All right. I already have to cut like 60 cards. This sucks. I don't like cutting anything. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just fill like 10 more lands, you know, like basics. Now we're at 4058. I think I'm gonna leave the basics for when I do some more cuts, because when I make cuts, this percentage might change, and then that'll determine how many of each I'm putting in. I mean, I could just put 5 and 5 in for now, but or like, you know, 5 and 6 in or whatever to make it 35. But that number will probably have to change once I make cuts. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're at 166 cards. Feels like a lot. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Let me see if I missed anything in the chat. Ben sent me a link. Ah, that's what I was looking for, yeah. Yeah, I think we have, like, everything I want. In terms of lands, anyway. See, like, Vault of Archangel sounds phenomenal. You can pay 4 and creatures you control gain death touch and lifelink until the end of turn. That's all your creatures. That seems like sick. Is that legal? Because I feel like that's good. Like, why isn't that in everything? Thanks for your support, Bobby Christine. That's exactly the kind of shit I'm looking for. Drannith is not banned in Commander. Otherwise, it wouldn't even appear on Moxfield, or if it does, it would appear with a little, like, asterisk or a red symbol or something. But no, it is not. It is not banned in Commander. It is not legal in Standard, Pauper, Old School, Pre-Modern, Alchemy, Brawl, Penny, and Pauper. So maybe Brawl is what you were thinking of. It's banned in Historic Brawl and banned in Conquest, but it is legal in a majority of formats. Yeah. A lot of folks mix up because they're pretty similar. Sorry. Bear Claymores in the chat. Can you see? Can you peep this jacket? This swagalicious from Magic 30. The back is sick too. I feel bad. Like, I have to stand up and show it because the back is so sick. Yeah, there's like all the basic land patches on the top and like the Planeswalker symbol on the sleeve. There's some patches like throughout. There's the Magic patch right here, and then it says expert level on the other sleeve, which is like such a farce because that's not me, but like it makes me feel cool because like people around me will think I'm an expert, or people around me will think I'm like the biggest fucking nerd. Both are true, so you know. Okay, so one is true. I'm a big nerd. I'm not an expert, but you know, there's a little like back of a Magic card patch, and then like the back of the jacket, I don't know if the camera's like angled well for it, but the back of the jacket's pretty fucking cool. So I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. So yeah, I saw this jacket and I saw a couple people wearing it and it like looks even better on. So I was like, all right. Like once I saw people wearing it, I was like, I gotta get it. Welcome in, Bear. I'm building a deck. I'm trying to be disgusting. Sorry, I muted that so you didn't hear all my snotties. Yeah, I know it's on the old precons, but even still, like, putting it on the jacket makes me feel like it's like a Letterman jacket, you know, like when I was in high school. My school it was a public school. It was not bougie. It was in an urban area. But we got fucking Letterman jackets for everything. I was in advanced choir and had a Letterman jacket. And on the sleeve, it would say what your range was, right? So it would say like I was a soprano, so and I was like the highest soprano, so it was soprano 1. So my sleeve said like SOPR 1, and then like if you were in advance, like there were different sleeve patches and like codes for how high up in the ranks you were. So I know that this patch was on the deck boxes, but the fact that it says expert on my sleeve brings me back to like high school Letterman jacket ranking days, and it makes me feel like I'm much more advanced or important than I am. Why? Bobby Christine hates that Draneth Magistrate is in here, by the way. We have traumatized her already. I hate that you deleted it because I would have loved to see that rant. And like, I think your opinions are so good and so like well thought out and well explained that like I'm sad that you deleted it because it probably was so valid. But alas, I digress. About Draneth, you mean, Scott? And good night, Scott. Thanks for your help. Appreciate you. Yeah, Bobby Christine's deck building philosophy is wildly different than mine, and I know that we frustrate each other when we're building because like I'll cut a card draw card and she's like, ah, no, you know, like, and it's kind of fun to see because we're so different in how we build, but she always comes up with like some good shit to put in, so I like love her, having her, because she'll give me a perspective that I would have never thought of, you know? So this is why I kind of love doing this. Okay, Draneth is cast and your opponents will be targeting you in casual games. So because of this, I think rather than slow things down for your game plan, the card will effectively turn the tide against you and literally speed up your death, unless you're combining it with plethora additional stacks effects, and at that point, you may want to just lean into it and build a CEDH Aristocrats list. Why can't we? I mean, the thing is that the reason I don't play CEDH is because I hate that you have to go from the meta, or you like are expected to, rather, I don't want to say have to, but you are expected to build from, you know, the database, and it's the same exact deck that every single person and their mother that plays CEDH runs, and it's like you're just copying somebody else's deck and playing it, and there's no... there's high predictability. People, you put out your commander and people know exactly what you're going to play, what combos you have, how you're going to get there, what to target, what to remove. There's no element of surprise, and I think that bothers me about CEDH. I want to be able to build my own deck that is a mystery to anybody else, and you know, I can tell you what the purpose is, and you know what the mechanics of the deck is going to be, what you can expect from it, but ideally I want it to be a deck that hasn't been seen in the meta 50 bajillion times, and people constantly tell me, well, you can't do that, that's not how it's played, and I'm like, well, I don't want to play it. You know, like, I'm like, if you're telling me I can't do it, which is hard for me to believe, I feel like I can, I just don't know how yet, but it disinterests me if I can't build something that's special to me. I don't like the idea of just robbing somebody's deck list and being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play this competitively. That feels bad in my soul. Thanks, Bear. Bear Claymore, runs a channel called Sylvan Scholars, and it is a CEDH channel, and Bear is one of the most kind and patient and calm people that I've ever played with and dealt with in the EDH community. So he is more than willing to help and teach people about CEDH, which is super valuable because I don't think people have the kindness, compassion, or patience to teach players like me who are really resistant to participating in like the expectation of the meta. So if there's anybody I trust to hold my hand through CEDH, it's Bear. I don't know very much about historic Brawl, so that's kind of interesting too. I'm kind of like intrigued by that. Okay. Bear, give me a second. I'm just catching up with the chat. Bobby Christine, I appreciate it, and that would be fantastic if it wasn't for the fact that I'm too fucking proud, and I hate when people build my decks. Like, I need to feel like I've built it. Like, I need to say, like, yes, I build a lot on stream. I build a lot off stream as well, but I build a lot on stream, and then at the end of the day, I'm the one who decides what goes in and what goes out, and there's a lot that I end up changing and fixing and moving around. But if it doesn't feel like it's mine, like if it feels like somebody else built it, then I wouldn't want to play it, you know? Yeah, Bear, I'm gonna make you cry. I'm out here trying to fuck you up on a Wednesday. Well, technically it's Thursday for me now because it's 1:30 a.m. That's good to know, actually, Mythalian. I will check out Amazonian's Historic Brawl streams because I don't like making off of the meta either. Alright, so Bear, I think the deck building is pretty much done. We're gonna have to narrow down now. I built LS Ilkor, and it's a 2-drop, 2/2 Death Touch commander. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. So I want to pop in as many creatures as possible and kill them or let them die or sack them to drain people of life, but I also want to make sure that perhaps I'm recurring things or protecting things that are valuable. Hey, Darth Vash, thank you for following. I appreciate you. Welcome in. I want to make sure that I'm keeping things that are valuable to me, but creating a bunch of cheapy things and letting them die so that I could drain people. And kind of deterring people from removing my own stuff because it will drain you. So this is my list so far. Jarvis. Thank Jarvis for me. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy. I have added 36 lands, 17 artifacts, 24 enchantments, 14 sorceries, 20 instants, 53 creatures, and 2 planeswalkers. This is my current mana curve. A majority of my things are 4 mana and under, which is great. And I have 40% white at the moment and 58% swamp, which could change because I have to cut at least 67 cards at the moment. So we're basically in the cutting stages. It is getting pretty late. So I likely will not finish this deck tonight, unfortunately, because it's 1:30 in the morning and I have work tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna cut this now, I think, because it's just, I've been going 2.5 hours, and I think that the cutting process is gonna be lengthy and hard because I struggle with this. But I am going to be streaming tomorrow a pod game. Bobby Christine will be with me, and my friends Anna Thornton and Chris Von Doom. We're gonna just casual stream a Commander game at 9. But maybe I'll pop in a little early to start removing some creatures. So if you're free around 8 p.m.-ish Eastern time tomorrow, pop in and help me narrow down this deck list. If you want to, it is a lot of brain power and a lot of time, honestly. It's very time consuming for me, and I need to get sleep. Thank you, Bear, for popping in, and thank you, everyone. Thanks for the raid. Thank you for coming in, following, staying, sticking around, and helping. Thank you for being engaging in the chat. But yeah, if you're free tomorrow, follow so you get the notification, and I'll pop on around 8 o'clock or so and start cutting from this deck, and then stick around for an EDH game. And have a great night. I'm going to see if there's anybody to raid. Is there even? It's not even letting me raid. So there's that. Is anybody on? Let's see who's on Twitch right now. If I know anyone. Jarvis. I don't know if Jarvis is still streaming. Looks like it. So let's return. Let's return the favor. It's not letting me click the raid channel button. I don't know why, but I think it's /raid, and then is there space, or just type it in? How do I do it? I hope I'm spelling it right. Did I do it? No. Crud. Let me find his name. Sorry, everybody. Please hang out until I raid, because I would love to give my friends a nice raid. So that... there's an underscore. I missed. That's it. Yeah.
Amazon Ads has a universe of ways for you to build your brand and reach new audiences. You can make connections in the heart of creator-first entertainment on Twitch. Checkmate. JK. Or run hard-hitting campaigns during Thursday Night Football.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you so much. Please hang out and say hello in the raid. And come back tomorrow around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you. Thanks for your help. Did it go? I hope it went. Did it work? I clicked it. All right, I think it went. Good night.